My name is Rickerby Hinds, and as you can hear, there's some stuff going on with my voice. It's a cool kind of thing in certain settings, but I'm not sure how well it'll work. But this afternoon, I will be doing what I'm entitling a dramatic lecture. It's something that I'm exploring as a professor, as someone in the theater, someone in the arts, and looking at how do we take our regular form of reading papers and make them a little bit more dynamic without turning them into a full-blown performance. And so that's what you'll be experiencing today, this dramatic lecture called UC Me. There will be several things that will happen. There will be points when I will read things directly from pages, at which point I will sound a little bit more intellectual, because I've done a rewrite of it. But for most of the lecture, it will just be me freestyling, which is what I enjoy doing with my work. Over in the corner, you know, I came up in the hip-hop generation, so in hip-hop, you always had a DJ if you were really good. So in the corner is my DJ, DJ P is what I'm going to call her. And so she'll be dropping some beats and interjecting some things that will make me seem a lot more interesting than I am. So, you see me. A month ago, I received the University of California, Riverside's Distinguished Alumni Award for service. It was a big ceremony. They did a video of me. The chancellor was there and shook my hand. And fall of 1986, I transferred from El Camino College, which is a junior college in Torrance, California, to the University of California in Riverside. And I transferred there after deciding that I was at El Camino and I was going to become the next Woodward or Bernstein, which were the only two reporters I knew about. And I had become a writer for the El Camino War Whoop, which is a newspaper there. I had met one of the first professors that really influenced me and decided she was so cool. Her name was JC, we called her, Jolene Combs. And she was so cool, something about everything, and I thought I want to be like her. And so I decided I was going to become a journalist. But in the fall of '86, one of my best friends from high school named Pierre gave me a call, and he told me to roll out to UCR, and his roommate was about to graduate. So Pierre was like, yo, man, why don't you roll out here and become my roommate, because my roommate's about to graduate. And I'm like, dude, what am I going to major in? He goes, well, I'm doing business econ. And I thought, okay, business econ sounds interesting. By the way, this is not the way to plan your academic career for those who are planning on going to college. Do not plan your career based on your friends or the fact that you don't want to take classes between 1 and 4 p.m. because that's siesta time, which are some of the things that I did during my academic year. But I rolled out to Riverside in the summer. And if you're from LA or from anywhere else and you roll out to Riverside, don't do it in the summer because it's hot. It is a desert. And I moved into an apartment on Big Springs Road with Pierre. And at Big Springs Road, we had a balcony that faced the Box Springs Mountain, and we would sit out on this balcony and come up with plans. So after moving out there in May or June, we sat out on the balcony and came up with a plan. I don't think we called it the homeless plan, but that's kind of what it turned out to be. So I moved to Box Springs, to an apartment on Box Springs Road, and we would sit on the balcony, have margaritas and iced teas, and I'll come back to iced tea later on. Not iced tea, but iced tea. Iced tea. Never mind. That's like, on the notes, it's really cool. So we came up with a plan. It was August, or actually I think it was the middle of July. And it was past the 15th, and we hadn't paid our rent yet. And so we came up with this brilliant idea. We wouldn't pay our rent, and we would leave our apartment at the end of the month, and we would kind of not have a place to stay for a month, and then we would save both the previous month's rent and move into an apartment where you got the first month free. And then we would save that rent as well, so we would save like $800 or $1,000. This was brilliant, we thought. Remember, we were drinking margaritas and iced tea. And so we left our apartment at the end of July. But we didn't count on the fact that there might be some kind of a network of apartment folks who talk to each other, and there might be a list somewhere that said, hey, here are two guys who didn't pay their last month's rent.